Hello, grade 9 students. Let's have a short discussion on ratios and proportions. So, in this topic, we're going to answer the questions: what is a ratio? How to use ratios? How to simplify? What is proportion? What properties of proportions? How to use proportions? So, a ratio. What is a ratio? A ratio is a comparison of two numbers, and it can be written in three different ways: A to B, A colon B, or can be written as a fraction, A over B. Okay, so it says here that ratio is also a fraction, but only B cannot be 0. So A is to B, or A colon B, or A over B as a fraction. So ratios are expressed in simplest form just like fractions. So for example, 2 over 4 as a ratio, its simplest form is 1 over 2, or 1 is to 2. So how to use ratios? The ratio of boys and girls in the class is 12 to 11. This means for every 12 boys, you can find 11 girls to match. There could be just 12 boys, 11 girls. There could be 24 boys, 22 girls. There could be 120 boys, 110 girls. A huge class. So parang ganun. So, the ratio of boys. That doesn't mean that there are 12 boys only. It can mean also 24 boys, 22 girls. Or 36 boys and 33 girls. Parang ganun. The ratio of length and width of this rectangle is 4 is to 1. Yeah, that means 4 cm yung length, 1 cm yung width. So what's the ratio of the rectangle is 8 cm long and 2 centimeters wide. Still 4 to 1. 4 is to 1 because for every 4 centimeter you can find 1 centimeter to match. The ratio of cats and dogs at my home is 2 to 1 or 2 to 1. How many dogs and cats do I live? We don't know. All we know is if they start a fight, each dog has to fight 2 cats. Okay. That was a joke. Now, how do we simplify ratios? The ratios we saw on last slide were all simplified. How was it done? The ratio of boys and girls in the class is 12 over 11. And the ratio of the rectangle is 4 over 1. The ratio of cats and dogs in my house is 2 over 1. So ratios can be expressed in fraction form, A over B. So this allows us to do math on them. How to simplify ratios? Now I tell you I have 12 cats and 6 dogs. Can you simplify the ratio of cats and dogs to 2 to 1? Yes, just divide 12 by 6 over 6 over 6. That means 2 over 1 na yan. Yes. 12 cats and 6 dogs have the ratio 2 is to 1. Person's arm is 80 cm. He's 2 meters tall. Find the ratio of the length of his arm to his total height. To compare them, we need to convert both numbers in the same unit. So, dapat same unit. Kasi yung isa cm, yung isa naman meters. So, dapat pareho silang cm or pareho silang meters. So, let's try cm first. 80 cm over 2 meters. That means 80 cm over 200 cm. Kasi there are 100 centimeter in 1 meter. So, pag 2 meters, 200 centimeters. 80 cm over 200 cm can be simplified as 2 over 5. Yeah. 2 pips. So, that's a simplified ratio. Simplified ratio of person's arm to its height. How about 4 meters? We convert 80 cm to meters, divide it by 100, so 0.8 meters. 0.8 meters over 2 meters, so, or 8 over 20. We want to make both numbers integers, so we multiplied both numerator and denominator by 10. 0.8 times 10, 8. 2 times 10, 20. 8 over 20. Can you simplify this? Divide 8 and 20 by 4. 2 pips pa rin. 2 pips pa rin. Diba? 2 pips. Now, if the numerator and denominator do not have the same units, it may be easier to convert the smaller units. So we don't have to work with decimals. Yan. Easier now to convert the smaller unit. So example, 3 cm over 12 meters. So it's equivalent to 3 cm over 1,200 centimeters or 1 over 400. 2 kilogram over 15 kilogram. 15 grams, that means 2,000 grams over 15 grams, 400 is to 3. 5 feet 70 inches, okay, there are 12 inches in 1 foot, so 5 times 12, 60 over 70, or 6 sevenths. 2 grams over 8 grams is 1/4. Okay, pag same units, we don't have to worry about converting. Good deal. Okay, more examples. 8 over 24 is 1/3. Divide 8 and 24 by 8. Dito naman divide 40 and 200 by 40. So 1 over 5. Dito naman divide both the numerator and the denominator by 3 or 9. So we have 3 over 1. Dito naman 6 over 25. Yes. Divide mo siya ng 2. Dito naman by 3. 3 halves. 3 over 1. Yeah. So that was ratios. Now we proceed to proportion. What is a proportion? Proportion is an equation. So may equal siya. That equates to ratios. So two ratios are equal. That means it's a proportion. Okay, it can be written as A to B equals C to D, or as a fraction, A over B equals C over D. The ratio of dogs and cats was 3 halves. The ratio of dogs and cats now is 6 over 4. 3 halves. So they are equal. 3 halves equals 6 fourths. So that's it. It's a sign of proportion. Kasi equal yung ratio. Yung dalawang ratio equal. So that's a proportion. Properties of a proportion. Okay, the product. Cross products are equal. So 3 times 4, 12. 6 times 2 is 12 also. 3 times 4 is equal to 2 times 6. So cross product property yan. AD is equal to BC. Means yung D and B. Extremes naman yung A and C. Extremes and means. So, yan. Cross product property. So, for any numbers A, B, C, and D, A over B equals C over D. That can also mean A over B times D is equal to C over D times D. Pareho, you multiplied both sides by D. A over B times D equals C. A over B times D times B equals B times C. Cancel. AD is equal to BC. Parang yung proof niyan. We also have reciprocal property. If 3 halves equals 6/4, then 2/3 equals 4/6. Okay, reciprocal of 3 halves, 2/3, reciprocal of 6/4, 4 over 6. Equal pa rin yan. By cross product, 2 times 6, 12. 3 times 4, 12. 12 is equal to 12. 12 is equal to 12. Okay, let's solve for x. How can you solve for x? By cross products property. 2 times x, 2x equals 7 times 6, 42. 2x equals 42, divide both sides by 2. It's 21. 21 yung x. O, diba? Another, 7 halves equals 12 over x. O, parang yung reciprocal din yan. 7x equal to 24. 24 over 7 is the value of x. How about this? 7 over x minus 1 equals 3 over x. Cross products. 7x equals 3x minus 3. So, 7x minus 3x, 4x equals negative 3. Negative 3 fourths is the value of x. So now you know enough about properties. Let's solve the mysterious problems. If your car gets 30 miles per gallon, how many gallons of gas do you need to commute to school every day? Okay, from your house to school, it's 5 miles. From school to your house, 5 miles also. Let x be the number of gallons we need for a day. So 30 miles is 1 gallon. Well, 5 plus 5 miles is equal to X gallon. That will be our equation. So you can now use cross products. 30 over 1 equals 10 over X. So 30X equals 10. Yes, cross products. 30X equals 10. 10 divided by 30. 1/3. 1/3 gallon. So you need 1/3 gallon gas to commute to school every day. So you use up to 1/3 gallon a day. How many gallons would you use per week? 1/3 times 7. Hindi, 5 times ka lang pala sa school, so 5 days. So 1/3 gallon per day is equal to T over 5. So 1/3 over 1 equals T over 5. 5/3 is equal to T. So 5/3. 5/3 ang answer. 5/3 gallon. So 5/3 gallons a week, which is about 1.67 gallons. Consider if the price of gas is $3.69 per gallon. How much would it cost per week? Yes, 5/3 times 3.69, or 1.67 times 3.69 is $6.16. So you pay about $6 a week just to get to school. So what about weekends? If you travel twice as much on weekends, say drive 10 miles to the mall and 10 miles back, how many gallons do you need now? How much would it cost totally? How much would it cost per month? Okay, daming question, no? Punta ka naman from your house, punta ka naman sa mall, which is 10 miles from your house. Okay, think proportionally. It's all about proportion. So thank you very much for listening. This is a topic for our quarter 3 proportion. I'll see you next time. This is your Sir Ken. Goodbye.